The Millennium Falcon weighs about 110 pounds or so. We've weighed them at various times. Because what happens is it gets suspended out on an arm, a pylon, and a ship is much less maneuverable if it's real heavy. If one were to look at Star Wars as compared to Empire, you could see how much more sluggishly the Millennium Falcon moves. And it's not through any kind of script decision or anything like that. It's the physical limitations of the model. And that model was big, and we only had one, and it weighed a lot. So when it moved on its own pylon, it weighed 110 pounds, so it could only move a little bit at a time, and quite slowly.
This is fascinating, really. This is exactly what we wanted to find out.
So what happened with the Millennium Falcon at the beginning of Empire, this is one of those things that most people could never imagine in making a movie, and anybody other than George wouldn't do something like this either, is that he started thinking and designing the movie, and then all of a sudden he has the input from cameramen and art directors. Well, Dennis, of course, like all cameramen, wants to have a part that is real meaty, that is really good to do, fun to do, and satisfying. So he comes back to George and says, well, that the sequence of going through the asteroid belt, that was much, much simpler in the very beginning. It wasn't anything like that. And then Dennis was saying, well, if we could make a much lighter Millennium Falcon, it would be possible to get different kinds of movements. And I even think they did a few little prototypes of things. It was like, we could have this thing move incredibly fast. And George says, yeah, everything seemed to be a little bit sluggish in Star Wars. I'd like to have the much faster cutting, all kinds of things. And so they made a few experiments, and they found that they could actually have the ships move faster than they did in Star Wars. The speed of the ships in Star Wars was set that way, partly because they didn't want to get so much blur. It was like the audience, once the audience buys the shot, then you can up the ante a bit.